Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here on ZLN. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Miami Heat tonight. There is a lot of emotions, a lot of anger, a lot of missed opportunity that we should really get into when it comes down to this heartbreaking loss. Unfortunate. And as you can see from the headline of this live stream, as you can see there, Lakers in trouble. They're absolutely in trouble, guys, all across the board. We're going to be talking about everything that went down in this loss tonight against the Miami Heat tonight, and just some key moments that were obviously dumb plays that the Lakers made that should have not happened whatsoever. So we're going to get into all of that in just a bit. But before anything, like always, please be sure to like this live stream and, of course, comment in this live stream so I can display your comments so we could get some conversations going. And, of course, just always, guys, please follow me all across social media: Facebook, Instagram, X, and Threads and Instagram. And I already said Instagram, but also TikTok. So please follow me there. And also hit that notification bell and subscribe to the channel so you'll be in the know when I go live every single Lakers post game show, when we win and when we lose. So please make sure to do so. I really do appreciate it. And without further ado, let's get right into it. I mean, lots of things went horribly wrong for the Los Angeles Lakers. And first of all, number one thing is Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, once again, went down with an injury. Unfortunately, he was able to play through it, but he just couldn't complete it. But according to the reports, from his own words, he suffered a hip injury. So so far, what I've heard from Shams Charania was that he suffered a groin injury, and I was like, oh no, he's going to be out for a lengthy period after this. But no, he said he was a hip injury. And now he even said that he is fine. He will be ready to go for tomorrow's game against the Houston Rockets. So obviously, it is an opportunity for him to potentially, return. Hopefully he'll be ready to go for that matchup, and hopefully the Lakers will get a win against the Houston Rockets in that matchup. But we just have to wait and see about that for sure. But everything that went down tonight, guys, it was pretty bad all across the board. When you think about Anthony Davis' injury, the refs were horrible in this game tonight, and injuries, as I said, with Anthony Davis, and and just not having the players available, and having D'Lo getting ejected over something stupid, or maybe it was his part that made it all just ridiculous. I mean, there was some moments in this game that I was like, the Lakers had 4 opportunities to win the game. They were down by 1. There were 4 opportunities that they could have made to at least somehow get this win. I mean, they were down by 1, and they were just making some dumb threes, even though most analysts are saying they had open shots. So it was like, it was a perfect play, but at the same time, the Lakers throughout the game, they weren't shooting that well anyway. So with that, I have to say, there was a lot of mistakes were made, lots of dumb plays, refs, of course, and obviously Anthony Davis, having his injury being happening again for another season for the Lakers. And so far, hopefully he'll be ready to go, 100% ready to go for tomorrow's matchup against the Houston Rockets. We just have to hope for that. Just got a comment here from Eric. They have been doubling AD when others are single coverage. They can't beat their defenders off the dribble. Yeah, I kind of saw that at times. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. They were double teaming Anthony because he's red hot. I mean, since the start of the season, he's been averaging almost like 30 points a game and averaging 12 rebounds a game. And, it was just a perfect time for teams to realize who is the number one guy for this team and who's been dominating for the Lakers. And that's been Anthony Davis for sure. So I can understand where somehow Anthony Davis getting injured had to do with players double teaming him for sure. So absolutely. Thank you, Eric, for your comment. I really appreciate it. And just saw your comment, Rabbit, from the top, hip and groin. Yeah, I mean, for some reason, he said it was a hip, but from Shams Charania's side, it was a groin. Maybe it's both. I mean, maybe they're connected. I'm not sure. But for Anthony Davis, he said it was a hip. I'm not sure if he mentioned a groin in his post game conference, but for some reason that's what I've heard. But I'll make sure to look it up for sure. But if you're right about that, thank you, Rabbit, for putting it out there. I really appreciate it. Let's read more here from Rabbit. D'Angelo gave up 2 points with his mouth. Yeah, I mean, for some reason, what I've heard that he was going back and forth with the ref, and I think he said something, and he already got in the tech in the first tech in the game. So this was his second. So obviously, automatically, he was going to get ejected after that. So this was not I was going to say perfect move, but no, it was a bad move on D'Angelo Russell to make that dumb decision. He really needed him. In those 2 minutes left remaining when the Lakers were down by 1. So for some reason, if he was not ejected, I think the turnout of the game would have been different and the Lakers would have probably won the game. But unfortunately, D'Angelo, he did it to himself. I mean, he really let the team down, in that particular moment by getting ejected and just having LeBron just carry the team on his back to the point that where we are today. So tonight, so it was just unfortunate, very unfortunate for the Lakers to missed this opportunity, missed a heartbreaking loss once again, and somehow, missed an opportunity to win the game after being down by 1. So it's heartbreaking for sure. And since the start of the season, the Lakers haven't won a road game yet. So the Lakers are, I believe, now are 0-4 going in since the start of the season now. So and they're going to be facing the Houston Rockets tomorrow. So that's going to be another challenge. And what I've been noticing is that every time the Lakers go on the road and face certain teams, other teams, they always bring their A game. When it comes down to the Lakers, they always do it. And it's like, damn, the Lakers need to play better on the road games. And it just shows you that teams these days, they don't care who you are, what you represent. We're going to beat you no matter what. And that's what the other teams are doing to the Los Angeles Lakers. And it just shows you right there. So, but yeah, D'Angelo, I mean, he made a bad decision there by getting ejected after having a first tech in the game. So you would think that you need to buckle down and not get under the ref's skin and get ejected. But he obviously did. So it's unfortunate. And we will get into more about what went down tonight and who should have had the ball in the first final seconds left in the game. I personally should have gave it to LeBron. I mean, he was already doing pretty well for us. He got to where we are, being down by 1. And, you should have just – Darvin Ham should have played that. You just gave it to LeBron and let him be selfish with the ball and just, make the score. But unfortunately, it just wasn't the case. So they gave it to Cam Reddish, and he attempted the 3, even though he was shooting pretty bad in this game as well, and even this Lakers team anyway. So, and for having a 6-man rotation due to injuries, it was not going to turn out the way we wanted. and having Anthony Davis out, then D'Angelo Russell being ejected, the Lakers had to do what they had in front of them. They had Christian Wood and they had Max Christie coming off the bench. Those are the only two guys that were healthy coming off the bench. D'Lo was ejected. Anthony Davis was ejected. And then when it came to the injuries, Rui was still out with an injury. And, Gabe Vincent was out with an injury. And, Vando is still out with an injury. It's just and now I believe just a couple days ago we heard about Jackson Hayes being out with an injury. So that just tells you right there that the Lakers were having a pretty bad night, overall due to injuries, and now with just bad rotation and bad decision making from Darvin Ham for sure. So yeah, absolutely. Eric with a question here. AD needs another big next to him. Yeah, I mean that's been also a kind of thing that I was kind of hoping the Lakers would somehow look for. I mean, they got Christian Wood, but it's still not cutting it for sure. It's not. The Lakers still have a 15th roster spot, so you never know. They could potentially, somehow make a trade and somehow pursue someone that they're looking for, then add on another center to a potential trade, or they could look at the buyout market somehow. If somehow a center will be released by a team, maybe they'll wait by then and then sign somebody for that 15th roster spot if the Lakers are doing pretty well within the conference. So by the time we reach February, we just have to hope for that. And hopefully by then we'll have healthy players after that. So let's just hope for that. But thank you, Eric, for your comment. I really appreciate it. Rabbit, Darvin failed to call timeout when Miami had a 10-0 run in the third quarter. Yeah, I saw that too. That once again, just bad decision making from Darvin Ham. And, once again, Anthony Davis was dealing with an injury at that moment, and he just had to improvise and see who was available. And plus, injuries, guys, injuries is playing a big role on this Lakers team. And, for the Lakers to play only a 6-man lineup or rotation, if you will, it was like, damn, I mean, what Darvin Ham has to deal with in front of him. I mean, it's just like, what can he do? He has Max Christie. He has Christian Wood. Jackson Hayes is dealing with an injury right now. And we're still dealing with others who are still dealing with injuries. We just got the return of, I just remembered, we just got the return of Taurean Prince, which was obviously some good news for the Lakers, but he was not doing so well tonight. So, I mean, maybe he's fighting through injury. I mean, I'm not sure, but he was out there. I mean, that was a good thing, but we still lost another player. It's like we traded injury. It's like we got someone back from injury, then we trade for an injury. I mean, that's what happened. That's what happened in this for this Lakers, unfortunately, for sure. Eric, once again, they are getting beat on the board and second chance points. Yeah, I mean, it was, man. I mean, I have to say it was. The Lakers are doing pretty bad so far, since the start of the season right now. And that, it has to do with injuries. I mean, that's the main problem now. I mean, I have to say, I mean, most teams are reading the Lakers playbook now. I mean, they're realizing the weakness of what the Lakers are dealing with right now. And absolutely, they're getting beaten by the board and at second chance points. Yeah, it was. So absolutely, man. I absolutely agree with you. It is it's looking pretty bad for the Lakers, and the Lakers really need to find some sort of niche or some sort of like rhythm to somehow get back to where they were, before the injuries started. I mean, let's just hope for that. I mean, and unless nothing works, I'm kind of hoping that a trade will happen. And I think it has to surround D'Angelo Russell and maybe somebody getting traded. And that's how we can potentially see who will be potentially available for the trade that they can help the Lakers turn their season around for the better, like they did last season. So we just have to wait and see for sure. Thank you, Eric, for your comment. I really appreciate it. Let's look at the player stats. Even though I don't know, I don't really feel like talking about the Lakers stats because it was horrible across the board. But let's just give some credit out there to some players out there that really stepped up, even due to the unfortunate uh, issues that we were dealing with in the game from certain players and from Anthony Davis injury and all that. LeBron James. LeBron continuously, man. I mean, 21st season in the NBA and still putting up big numbers and doing what he can to carry the team on his back. And, with dealing with D'Angelo getting ejected and Anthony Davis's injury and just the lack of rotations and just the lack of players shorthanded, LeBron and Austin Reaves had to carry the team on their backs, and that's what happened in this game tonight. LeBron James putting up 30 points, had 3 blocks, 4 rebounds, went 13 of 23 from the field, but once again, the shooting has been pretty bad for the Lakers. It has been really bad for the Lakers, and just looking at just the team as a whole. They shot 30% from the three. I mean, that just tells you right there that the Lakers were not doing pretty well. They're not doing really well on when it comes to shooting threes. So that's been pretty bad for the Los Angeles Lakers in this particular sense. So and when you had 4 possessions, when you have 4 opportunities to go up by I believe just go up by 1 or go up by 2. Uh, you just had opportunities to win the game, but for some reason, every time the Lakers had the ball down by 1, they shoot the three, and it was like, why are you shooting threes? Why are you shooting threes? I mean, you had opportunities to, I don't know, make a screen for, I don't know, go for a layup, go for make draw a foul. I mean, the Lakers had opportunities to do that, but unfortunately they didn't. And maybe that has to do with how well the Miami Heats were playing on defense, not allowing the Lakers to go to the paint, because that's where the Lakers do their best basketball at, was from the paint. So it's just unfortunate. I mean, the Lakers just made some bad decisions, bad moves. At least get fouled. At least get fouled. At least so you can be up by 1 or get tie the game. Just do that. But unfortunately, the Lakers did not do that whatsoever. So, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was pretty bad across the board. But LeBron did his best to do what he has to do to help the Lakers out as best as he can. Put up 30 points out there tonight, guys. So great job out there for LeBron to do whatever he can to help this Lakers team the best he can. Austin Reaves had a really good performance himself, guys. I have to say, 23 points, 10 rebounds for the Los Angeles Lakers. He was, our rebounder of the game with 10 rebounds and 9 assists. He was close to having a triple-double. So, good for him for helping out the Lakers the best he can. It went 3 of 8 for the Lakers, so he was the shooter of the night as well, along with Christian Wood, and I'll get to him in just a bit. But, he went 9 of 14 from the field as well. So there was moments in the game where, he was just doing his best to help the Lakers out due to being shorthanded, with Anthony Davis having an injury issue and D'Angelo getting ejected. I still have to say, D'Angelo, I don't know why you got ejected in a dumb way. I can understand if you were, you know, making a justifiable, maybe case for yourself to the refs, but I don't know. maybe you said something to the ref that made them eject you. I mean, I'm not sure. He said he didn't do anything wrong. That's what I heard from his post game interview, and it was like you didn't do anything wrong, but it's like you probably did for you to get ejected. I mean, that's what really went down when it came down to it. So, yeah, absolutely, guys. I mean, I have to say it was pretty just dumb decision by D'Angelo to get ejected after the Lakers were trying to come back, and they did at one point down by one, but he just should have not get fouled out. That's what the bottom line was of it. So it's just unfortunate. But let's just talk about how he played. I had 13 points, shot 1 3, had 4 rebounds and 6 assists, and had 1 block out there tonight. So, with that sense, a solid night. But after getting ejected, I just have to say it was just a dumb move on his part, unfortunately. So, maybe you have a bounce back game tomorrow. Maybe he lets it up, gets angry against Houston, and puts up better numbers and a better performance against them tomorrow. Let's just hope for that. Who else? Anthony Davis, before he got injured, he had 9 points out there tonight, had 6 rebounds, 1 block, and went 4 of 7 from the field. Like I said, guys, he's dealing with a hip injury. Well, what Rabbit said in the comments, it's a hip and groin. But I'm like, if Anthony Davis only said hip, then I guess it's a hip injury. I mean, you have to take the words from the guy's mouth. So, I, you know, I think it's a hip injury. That's what I can say about that when it comes down to it. But yeah, I mean, hopefully he'll be ready to go. As he said he will be ready to go for tomorrow's matchup against the Houston Rockets. So let's just hope for that. And hopefully he puts up big numbers and just show up against them and get us a first road win in Houston. So let's just hope for that. So let's hope for that. Torian Prince, in his return tonight, had 9 points, had 3 rebounds out there tonight, and went 4 of 9 and shot 1 3 for the Los Angeles Lakers. He's getting some rest, after being out. So you can just tell that he was he was struggling in the game. You can tell. But defensively, he did his best, I have to say. I mean, he did his best, what he has to do. But at the end of the day, he should have tried better. He led the Lakers tonight in steals. So, he had 2 steals for the Lakers. But, once again, there were some plays that he made that I was like, why'd you make that play? I mean, you should have at least gone for a layup, even though he's known for being a shooter for the Lakers. I mean, he's our best shooter on the Los Angeles Lakers. But at the same time, he should have at least, go for a layup, go for a dunk, like LeBron was doing, going dunks left and right. I mean, they at least Darvin Ham should have gave the ball to LeBron and let him go for, go to the rim for a layup or at least for a dunk and get fouled if he tries to attempt one. But, it's just, just a dumb decision making by Darvin Ham, I have to say. But at the same time, we have to realize that he has to deal what he had in front of him. He only had Christian Wood and Cam Reddish and also Max Christie coming out the bench. He was playing a 6-man rotation. So that was the reality of the situation that he was dealing with, because Anthony Davis was out due to injury and D'Angelo Russell getting ejected. You just have to fill those players out and play a 6-man rotation at that particular moment. So it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. And, plus you have only 2-way contracts players, basically have to deal with. due to injuries. So it was like, you have to do what you have to do. So I can understand that part, but at the same time, it was just a bad decision by Darvin Ham in those final seconds left in the game to, uh, I don't know, he should have gave it to LeBron because he was already red hot there tonight. But it's unfortunate. Christian Wood played for 30 minutes. I'm kind of see that he's going to have a big, role on the team, especially against the Houston Rockets tomorrow. He's going to have a bigger role for sure because of, Anthony Davis's injury. I kind of see maybe Darvin Ham's going to restrict minutes on Anthony Davis for sure, and also LeBron because he played for 37 minutes. So expect those two guys to get minutes restricted in this game and that game against the Houston Rockets. But if there's a key moments in the game where the Lakers need to win the game, make no mistake, we're going to see a lot of LeBron and Anthony Davis for sure. But I really think that we're going to see a lot from Christian Wood and from potentially maybe Cam Reddish. But so far, guys, Cam Reddish, he hasn't been really stepping up for these past couple of games due to injuries. And it's just kind of sucks at times to see how the Lakers have been playing due to injuries, and it's just really hurting the Lakers for sure. So, but those guys are doing their best, I have to say. But for Cam Reddish to make that final shot, it should have not gone to him, in my opinion. At least you should have gave it to either LeBron or maybe Torian Prince, or maybe like Austin Reaves, maybe. But giving it to Cam Reddish, who hasn't really established himself as kind of like a guy that is deserving for that final shot. I mean, it's like, no, don't give it to him. At least you should have gave it to Max Christie. At least, I mean, I'm not sure, but he was not shooting pretty well out there tonight anyway. So when it comes down to it, but yeah. Other than that, guys, I mean, this is the reality of the situation the Lakers are dealing with. It's unfortunate that we lost the game by one. Obviously, we can blame a lot of things when it comes down to the Lakers. We can blame, maybe the rotations. We can blame injuries. We can blame the refs. We can blame, you know, Darvin Ham. I mean, there's a lot to blame that we can obviously throw at, but honestly, what I have to say is that the Lakers at this moment are in trouble when it comes to injuries. It's like every chance that we hear some good news, there's always some bad news when it comes to certain injuries. Like we just witnessed, before the game. We heard that Torian Prince was going to return, but then we hear Jackson Hayes is not playing in the game. And I think going back to what Eric had to say when it came down to Anthony Davis needs another big next to him. That was maybe that was the reason why the Lakers did not play so well in this game tonight against the Miami Heat, was because the lack of bigs as well. Even though Christian Wood is, in his own right can defend and can also shoot as well. So, with that, uh, Eric, you have a good point there as well. So, absolutely. But other than that, guys, I mean, please give me your thoughts about the Lakers lost tonight against the Miami Heat. I have to say, guys, it is not looking good. It's really not looking good for the Los Angeles Lakers. I really think that at this point, um, we have to hope that, some of our guys need to step up at times, try to win games, and, do what they have to do to just handle what they have before we see the returns of Rui Hachimura, Jared Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent, Jackson Hayes, and hopefully Anthony Davis will stay 100% healthy. because kind of questionable at the moment of what he's dealing with at the moment, with the hip injury. So, but he will be playing tomorrow. So let's just hope that he puts up a 30-point game. And, LeBron is not tired enough to average maybe potentially 25 points or 30 points a game. You never know. But we just have to get a win. We have to get a win tomorrow on the road for the first time this season. So we just have to hope for that for sure. So I really appreciate all of you for joining me on this live stream. Due to the circumstances, we had a heartbreaking loss that should have obviously ended up in a win by one or maybe by two or something. I mean, at least we should have gone to overtime at least, but unfortunately, it just wasn't the case. So maybe the Lakers will have a bounce back game tomorrow against the Houston Rockets and hopefully get us a win for sure. So once again, I want to thank Rabbit for your comments and Eric for your comments. I really appreciate it. And if you guys haven't yet, please follow me all across social media: Facebook, Instagram, X, and Threads and TikTok. If you also haven't yet, hit that notification bell and subscribe to the channel at ZLN on YouTube for my Lakers post-game analysis on ZLN on YouTube. So please be sure to do so. I really appreciate it. And guys, the support is really appreciated. I really do appreciate all you guys' love, support, and I'll see you all in the next live stream and the next video. Let's just hope the Lakers will be healthy and ready to go for tomorrow. Even though LeBron and Anthony Davis and even Austin Reaves played a lot of minutes in this game, in this loss. But at the same time, hopefully they bring that motivation and, carry that on for tomorrow against the Houston Rockets and get us our first win on the road against the Houston Rockets. So let's just hope for that. All right. Thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you all in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.